Alright, so what I'd like you to do now is try the rotations that are on your paper and then start the video, like pause it for a moment, try number 3, then check your answer with me when you're done. So this is saying, guys, that we're going to rotate clockwise, which is that direction, around point H, which means we're going to hold it steady at H and then rotate it around like that. And 90 degrees, which means we'll rotate it around until it's a right angle. So I'm going to take my paper, or take my patty paper. I am going to make a copy of this. Make sure you should be making, make a copy. I'm going to make sure that I label my points correctly in just a second. Okay, so then I've got B, F, H, M. So see, now I've got a perfect copy. So I'm going to rotate it clockwise, which means I'm going to rotate it in this direction. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. So I'm going to rotate it until my original line right here and my copy of my line form a 90-degree angle. And I'm going to hold it steady at point H. So I'm going to rotate it around like this. So if you did this correctly, this is what yours should have looked like. Don't forget about your little tick mark next to the F to represent the fact that it's been moved. This is where my B goes, right there. My M. And of course H didn't move. So if I connect it, this is what it should look like. Should have looked like that. Just like that, off to the side. Okay, number 4, a rotation of 180 degrees around point H. So 180 degrees is just like this last one that we did here, so it's going to be rotated 180 degrees around. I am going to make a copy. So H, F, and D. It says around point H, so I am going to hold H steady, rotate it around, and so that it's going to be just like this. So let me see. So I've got 1 point. So F and then D. And then on both of these, here's how I can double check myself and make sure that I did it right. So this one said that I needed to rotate 90 degrees clockwise, which means that see how my original FH and my new FH form a 90-degree angle, so I know I did it right. Same thing here, my original HF and my new HF form a 180-degree straight line angle. So I know that I did those right. For number 5, it says to rotate 90 degrees about the origin, and it just gives us these points. So we've actually got to graph the points, and then we've got to do the rotation. So 1, -2 is U, 0, 2 is W, 3, 2 is K, and then 3, -3 is G. I am going to connect my dots. So my original image should have looked like this if I did it correctly, which I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, so it should have looked like that. So now I got to make a copy of it. So I'm going to use my patty paper. Make a copy. Oh, first of all, it says that I'm rotating it around the origin. So just like this one previously where we had to rotate it around the origin, we need to draw a line from the origin to any point on the shape. So I'm just going to draw a line from the origin to a point on my shape, and I'm just going to pick right here at K. So now I'm going to make a copy of my shape, including the line. Remember to label your coordinates. So this is W, K, U, and G. So now it says I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. Clockwise is that direction. So I am going to match this up. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees until, holding it steady at the origin, until my original line and my copy form a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to keep rotating it. So see right here how my original line and my copy of my line form a 90-degree angle. So now there's a lot going on here, so it's going to be a little bit hard to draw it, but it'll be fun. Okay, so my new W needs to go right here. My new, which one was this one? My new K goes right here. My new G goes right here. And my new U goes right here. So let's connect our dots. And I am going to I'm actually going to outline it just so that you can see a little bit more easily. So see, there was my original. Now here is my new one, just like that. And I can tell that I rotated it right because here's my old original line right here. And then on my copy, here is my new original line. So see how they make a 90-degree angle? So I know that I rotated it correctly. Last one. I'm going to go over 2, 0 for V, over 1, up 3 for S, over 5, 0 for G. I'm going to connect my dots. I hear you. Shh, guys. Alright, so here is my original. It says I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees around the origin. This is a straight line, 180 degrees. And there's actually, since it's rotating from the origin, there's actually really already a line here from the origin to a line on my triangle. I'm going to make my copy. Y'all really? Okay, so there's an S, my G, and my V, and my original line. So I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. So I'm going to rotate it so that my original line and my new line form a 180-degree angle. This is where my new V goes. This is where my new S goes. This is where my new G goes. So there it is right there. So see how my original line right here and my copy both form a 180-degree angle. So I know that I did it right.